Hey folks, we're up here on the Saginaw River getting ready to start the Michigan Walleye Tour 2023 season. And you know, this is going to be a really interesting tournament. We're on a body of water that traditionally is closed on March 15th. We're fishing here March 25th, 26th. So not only is it an early tournament, but we're fishing a body of water that traditionally is closed. These guys have no experience. It's going to be really interesting to see. We've got 148 boats going out. It's going to be really cool at the weigh-in the next couple of days to see how these guys handle the situation. And we've got some really bad weather rolling in Friday night and Saturday, so we'll see how that affects not only the anglers, but also the water. Look at, we've got pre-spawn fish. These females are cranky, they're cantankerous, they're really not active. Now you throw in bad weather, you throw in a lot of wind, what's gonna happen? I guarantee you though, one of the 148 boats is gonna figure this out. So join us Saturday and Sunday for the live weigh-in. Can't wait to see how these guys tackle the Saginaw River. It's gonna be a riot.
Hey, Jeff Willis, Michigan Walleye Tour Tournament Director for the 2023 season. Here we are, Bay City, Michigan, in Bangor Township at Independence Park. We got the beautiful USS Edson destroyer behind us, and we are kicking the season off with a bang, as you can see. We were supposed to fish today, really had all intentions of it. The river was setting up nicely, but you know, obviously nature had some different plans for us yesterday. So we really spent a lot of times, myself, the committee, the board, watching the weather, watching the forecast, even that we talked to the U.S. Coast Guard here in Bay City about what was expected to happen today. And really, once all the information came together, and yesterday after our captain's meeting, we decided that probably not the best interest of our teams and fishermen to get us on the water today. So starting the year off with a tournament cancellation for today. But tomorrow is just setting up to be beautiful. We're gonna have 49, 50 degree weather, and just really looking forward to how things go tomorrow. It's gonna be a one-day shootout, $12,000 for first place, and we got a big fish payout of over $6,000. It is just gonna be an outstanding day out on the water. Looking for some folks to come in with some nice fish, some nice weights. Not really sure what this weather is due to the fishery, but stick with us. We'll be back day 2, gonna have a great year.
Yeah, we're on the Saginaw River. We're gonna head a little south, do a little trolling start, and see what happens. Caught a few fish that way during the week, so I know it's be tough after the weather yesterday. We'll see where these fish ended up. So we'll see what goes on today. Never fished this river ever. It's the first time I've ever been here. So we spent the first 2 days just graphing it, just to see what it was like. When up the river one day, went down the river another day, and basically did 2 drifts the whole time we were here in the first 2 days. Yeah, the electronics is a pretty integral part. This river, the side scan is just, to me, is the best thing ever. It's, I can tell where those fish are in relation to the bank, how far they're from my boat. You know, I can see what's underneath me with the down imaging and the 2D, but the side scan is, to me, has been the biggest game changer. The live coming around's nice, but when you're trolling, that side scan is just critical to have.
We kind of got into it. We started fishing the Detroit River. Rick talked us into it years ago, and we got addicted to that. And from the Detroit River, it kind of blossomed into fishing a couple other tournaments. And then the tournament's nice because it gives us an excuse to get together and fish. We get 1 week of fishing every month, or maybe now 2 with the way the season's set up. So it gets us all together and gets us on the water, no excuses. Nobody can back out this way when it's a tournament. So I like that aspect.
Designed for deep water and big waves, the Skeeter WX series offers no compromise performance, and the Solaris series brings the whole family together. Proven with 21 consecutive NMMA Consumer Satisfaction Awards. When you're ready to rule the water regardless of the conditions, the WX series will take you where you want to go in style, comfort, and safety. Bringing your family closer together fishing or skiing, the Solaris series can do it all. Skeeter, it's more than just a boat, it's a lifestyle.
Even though water got a little bit dirty here, our program was the vertical jig. That was what we had been working on throughout this week. So even though we had a blow day yesterday, you kind of got to go with what you started with for your plan. And we'll just kind of adapt here, see how the water and the fishing conditions go throughout the morning, and go from there. I come to Saginaw with this obviously being the first season that it's ever been open during our normal closure. This is all new territory to us. We don't usually get an opportunity to do this, but it seems like anymore we don't get nearly as much winter, so this has become more of a normal thing. It really only takes about 5-10 minutes. I mean, you only got to find one good pile of fish, and just like that, it's over.
Problem is we missed the best bite window because it's only going to get dirtier.
Yep.
But I think if we...
See, all my historic big fish spots is, you know, that area that Chris is in,
Yeah.
the section under the power lines there where you head downstream.
I just want to...
This airport here. I don't.
I
bet
just
there's
want to
probably
chase
anybody.
what we've been... I want to chase what we did the last 3 days rather than, you know, 15 years ago. Don't you know what I mean?
I know.
That's the way I feel, but...
The problem is those fish go to those spots for a reason year after year. Whoa! Guess we'll boat flip a keeper.
What, you got one?
Maybe. Look at that. He doesn't. Yes, he is touching 15. Let's give him some friends, guys.
We kind of switched up. Now we're gonna try to bump some jigs down through here. We're using 3/8 or half-ounce jigs, switching in between worms and some paddle tails to try to get some fish to go. We've seen some smaller fish caught, but hopefully we can get something bigger to go here on the jigs.
Wrong side. He's got one up there.
Big one, big one. Oh, it's big one, big one, big one, big one. It's big, whatever it is. Ah, get that. I don't want to break my line.
What is it?
Sheephead.
Oh, it's been a pretty slow morning so far. Just some few dinks and various other non-target species. So we made a move up north. Well, I guess I'm going south. Made a move up the river, and we'll see if we can get something going here. That'll go 15.
Oh, I hope so.
Measure him on the floor back there. If he's close, I got a bump board.
Vertical jigging braid's really helpful because you don't get a lot of stretch at all then, especially when you go to places like Detroit where you can vertical jig 40, 50 foot deep. You really want to be able to get the hooks home. And the floral helps for visibility if it's a problem. It also gives you a really easy place to break the line off. Run a swivel there helps with all the wind twists, and you can quickly retie. Nice job.
Good deal. What color is that
I think we've found a few more active fish. So we'll run up and make a second pass here and see what happens. It's, you know, it's warming up here. We're another 3 degrees warmer than we were when we started this morning. So that always helps after a cold front. Sunshine comes out.
I just thought we could find an active school of fish somewhere instead of fishing for ones that weren't wrong.
I didn't disagree. The weight ticket will tell here in another hour. I wouldn't be surprised if the later flights do a little better, just a little longer to warm up, a little more time to put it together.
Thank God the next one's Detroit River, because obviously 5 million walleyes in one river was not enough for us to get it accomplished today. We better go for 10 million.
Oh, it's a beautiful day. Fishing's a little slow, but it's a beautiful day out compared to yesterday. It was miserable. So I'm not complaining. We're catching fish, just not the size fish we need.
Well, the day started out real slow for us, and made a big move, ran upriver, picked up one 15-incher, made us really happy, and then a couple 100 yards more down the way, we nailed a 3-pounder. Luckily, I was the one that got it, so it makes me happy, but we still got a lot of work to do. Presentation's been pretty much just low and slow.
Felt like the big one after the last one. Come on. It'll weigh.
It'll count. Came off in the net.
Final recap. Long day, slow bite. Plenty of little ones, just not the right size, but got 3, so got our points. Carry on, hopefully, to the championship at the end of the year. We knew it would be a struggle here, so.
There you go. All right, our first good limit. Let's put the big one in there. Yep, that'll be that one. And let's throw him on the scale. We got big fish coming here, David. Boat number 2, Matt Lafreniere, Kenny Salwa, Jason Zapiga. Good to see you, my friend. We got a basket in there, don't we? All right, let's throw it on there. Let's see what we got. We need 18.72 to take the lead. We're going to be way over that. 26.31. Great fishing, my friend. Fantastic. Grab a couple of those big ones. Let's get some pictures. We can pick out a big fish so we can weigh it. Absolutely fantastic fishing. This is Chris Allred, James Allred, Chad Walters. This means they're boat number 1. They were the team of the year last year, the team that gathered the most points. We start first place team every tournament gets 150, 1 point for each place down, 1 point less for each place. And at the end of the 4 tournaments, we crown a team of the year. That was these guys. You had a fantastic fishing year 2 years ago. Okay year last year. You are off to a fantastic start this year, aren't you?
Oh yeah. It was a long day, but we stuck with it.
All right, let's put some, we're gonna see a new leader here, folks. Get ready to clap. This is gonna be a huge basket here. 30.03. That's why they were team of the year last year. Let's grab some of those fish. Let's take a couple pictures. So as we wrap up the first stop of the 2023 Michigan Walleye Tour here on the Saginaw River, a 1-day shootout Saturday canceled because of gale force winds. Actually a little bit surprised. We had about 20 limits that were over 20 pounds. 20 pounds is a good number, right? That's 5 walleyes at 4 pounds apiece, maybe some smaller ones with a kicker. That's a really good number this time of year. Again, these females aren't that active. You gotta be exactly in the right spot at the right time to catch them. So I was really surprised to see 20 limits about 20 pounds or bigger. The winner had 30 pounds, had 2 kicker fish, had an 8-pounder and a 7-pounder, and then 3 other good fish. I was surprised we didn't have more zeros. With the weather as bad as it was yesterday, we only had about a dozen zeros. I'm really surprised that happened. But anytime you put 148 boats with some great fishermen in it, they're gonna figure it out. That's the beauty of tournament fishing. These guys did it. I hope you learned something at the weigh-in as we kind of talked about what they were doing. Get up here and enjoy this. This river is a smaller river. It's not gonna get affected by the weather like Detroit or St. Clair is. If you live in Michigan, come up and fish this river. I promise you, you're gonna have a good time this spring, taking advantage of some open water that's never been open before. And I'm here with our third place team with some nice hardware there. We've got Michael Agents, Logan Lackey, and David Starkey. 25.72, anchored with an 8.5 pounder. Pretty good day today.
Oh yeah, it was a good day out there.
So yesterday, a lot of wind, a lot of blow. We actually had to cancel the day.
Yep.
Did that have any effect on what you did today, kind of your decision making, or did you just kind of go back and just do what you did?
No, we just kind of went back, same area, same spot. We just adjusted a little bit, pushed off to the other side of the channel there, and we found some good fish and started upgrading from there.
How were you fishing? How'd you catch them?
We were hand lining, which that was our first time to do this in a tournament. We're typically jiggers. We're from, Detroit area. That's our home river there, St. Clair River, so we always jig. And we don't hand line too much, but we try it now with the dirty water.
So obviously Detroit River, St. Clair River, we're using big weights. Did you adjust your weight size up here?
Yeah, we definitely adjusted down here, downsized a lot. Bigger baits though, because of dirty water.
Okay.
Instead of the 9s, we were fishing 11s and 13s, stuff like that.
Color make a difference? You go bright?
Bright colors was, pretty good, but all stock colors were the best.
Okay.
Yeah, customs weren't doing too good.
What kind of depth of water was your best?
22 to 24, right up on the edge of that shelf.
Okay, we're here again at Saginaw River with our second place team. Matt Lafreniere, Kenny Salwa, Jason Zabiga. Awesome tournament, guys. 26.31. Really not a big 6.5 pounder, but really not a giant fish in there. Talk a little bit about what you guys did, kind of where you're fishing, how deep you're fishing. How'd you make this happen?
We started off, we fished upriver all day. We started off in what we thought would be a good shallow water spot, and we caught one fish the first 2 hours, and we shot upriver to our second spot, and we fished it, and finally 11:30 we started putting fish in the boat. And we knew all week that, the bite really didn't kick in until 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's just so cold in the mornings, and the water's cold, and when it hits that 40, 42 degree temperature, they just started firing. And Jason and Kenny, they held their own today, and they caught a lot of fish, and we got front row seat to Chris taking it, and it was an all-around great day.
How you guys fishing?
We were vertical jigging. That 14 to 18 foot of water is where we had better luck. All artificial, no live minnows at all. Chartreuses and chartreuse in one hand, natural color in the other hand. With the sun out, we figured the sparkles would go, and they did. And the chartreuses in the morning, it seemed to work out.
All right, we're here at Saginaw River. It's always good to talk to the winners and see what they did. Chris Elrod, James Elrod, Chad Walters, 30.03 pounds. You guys came in fairly early, big basket. You got to kind of wait it out a little bit. Didn't have too many challengers. Second place was basically 4 pounds behind you, so you never really got challenged. You were on the board with the big fish, 805. That got knocked out, but man, pretty good day.
Yeah, it was good. We caught a lot of fish. We probably caught 30 fish today, but we would get one big fish every 2 passes. So it was definitely a grind. We could catch all the 18 to 22 inch fish we wanted to, but those, 23 plus inches you really want. And at the end, we didn't even have any 23s left, but those ones were tough. They would move in and out in schools, and you would get them in a pass, and then it would be another 45 minutes to an hour before you got another one.
So the key was staying in the right spot and then waiting for those big fish to show up and those big fish to bite. You're not running up and down the river, you're just staying in your spot, grinding out, just waiting for the right bites.
We stayed in the same probably 200-yard drift all day. We would just adjust our depth a little bit. We were in a range anywhere from 15 to 22 foot. We caught, wave fish today. And we actually got extremely lucky too. We left up there with an hour to go because it's a 45-minute boat ride, and we got down here to Lafayette, and we know there's a little drift there that sometimes can hold fish, and we dropped in there and caught two sheephead right off the bat, and I didn't think we'd get anything, and I wasn't really paying attention, and all of a sudden my rod about got ripped out of my hand, and I pulled it up, and it was a 7-pound, like 28-inch fish that was spawned out.
So a nice upgrade, obviously.
Yeah, it really helped. We had a 5-pounder to back that up, So, I mean, we might have still won. Who knows exactly how much that fish weighs,
Right.
but it definitely got us to that 30-pound mark.
So you guys are vertical jigging?
Yeah, we jigged all day. You know, colors changed throughout the day too. It started off with one color in the morning. It was more of a darker pattern. Then it moved over to a chartreuse pattern once the sun came up, and at the end of the day, it was purple.
We're off to another good start. We'll see you guys in Detroit. Great job this weekend. Way to go.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.